Stone Sage here. How are we all doing today? Today I'm going to talk to something about 105 years ago or so. We had the radio. And I was thinking about that. Up until the radio, the only way for anybody to get any information was the newspaper, word of mouth. Trying to look at national weather or what your weather was going to be, you didn't find out until you got the newspaper that day, if you got the newspaper at all, what it was going to be like. Kind of interesting to think where it's come in 100 years. How you just get on your phone and boom, anything globally is right at your fingertips. 100 years ago, again, the only way you would heard anything is you get your local newspaper. No radio, no TV. What a different world that was back then. We had telegraph, but again, that didn't affect the normal person, regular person in the streets or whatever. But it's kind of interesting to think about that. And then I can remember, we had AM radio, and that was basically it. Then we got FM radio. And now we've got internet. I listen to the radio when I get in the car. I have internet music on all day through Alexa. And I listen to music all day. And it's amazing how it's all changed in that little bit of time, really, and from nothing to everywhere. And going back to the radio again, that was the only way to get news, and depending on where you were, you might not even have a radio. You might not know what's going on anywhere. And if you lived far enough away from everybody, far enough in the country, you had no idea what was going on worldwide or even nationally, because there just was no information that wasn't took so hard to get information out, again, through the paper. Again, just depending on where you lived, that's what information you saw, and depending who wrote the information is what you heard or saw. I could have been wrong, but that's what you believe. It's like Orson Welles did that War of the Worlds program on the radio, and people actually thought that was a War of the Worlds. People panicked and were freaking out, and it made all kinds of news. And it's kind of funny how far things have come. But now we have AI. So we've gone, past Orson Welles fooling people on the radio to now we've got AI on the computer. And within the next few years, AI is going to be, everywhere that there's electricity. I know there's a big part of the world that doesn't have any electricity, any computers. So they're not going to be aware of all this AI. What's a computer? They're not going to know any of this, unless they're exposed to it. And then if you're not, it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out, because you're going to have one part of society that has all this, and another part of society is like, what is all this? They're not going to know. So that's my little brief talk today about getting the radio. And again, I love music and listen to the music all the time, and you got your news on TV and everywhere, news on the radio. So we have our fingers on the pulse of the world, where again, 100 years ago, you didn't really have it. There was only a small percentage of the American population that had radios at that time. And then you look at other countries, they might not even, it would have been even longer for them to be in tune with all this. Now, again, most of the world's, network is all hooked up with the network, but it's amazing how all this has changed. All right, peace out.